Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll tell you how to attempt your English language paper. Firstly, we'll talk about the composition part. See, it's your choice which essay you want to attempt, but if you're not able to score decent in this part, then you can go for descriptive essays or narrative essays. These are the safest options. So the first question is, you had to go on a train journey with your family. On reaching the railway station, you discovered that your train was delayed by 2 hours. Now the essay starts from here. Describe how you spent those 2 hours detailing what you saw, the sounds you heard, and the interactions you had with the people around you. Express your feelings when you saw the train finally approaching the station. In this essay, you have to write a lot of adjectives. All right, and make sure to mention the sounds. Since it's written the sounds you heard, sometimes you ignore the keywords of the essay. And this essay should be in past tense and in first person. All right. So you'll have to also mention the interactions you had with the people. Do not write about anything that is not asked. Okay, if you want to include something else, something extra, then you can do so, but a maximum 1 to 2 lines, not a paragraph about. For example, they've not asked you what food you ate. So it's better not to include this. Like you can write 2 to 3 lines, but not more than that. What is asked should be written in paragraphs so that you describe, the sounds you heard, the interactions you did with the people, what you actually saw in your surroundings. Okay? Now, the second one is during the lunch break, a surprising sight, and so on. This is again narrating your experience. Then, argumentative essays. Here in these essays, you have to write for or against the statement. See, this is a one-word essay. So you can write a short story, but it should connect the word. It should not be out of the topic. Okay? Then reflective statement. Now in this, you can write for or against, or you can write both. All right? Last is short story. So whenever you write your short story, you should write the plot, setting, characters, and a logical ending is necessary. And yes, I've also launched an English language course for ISC 12 students. It has the full syllabus covered with all the lectures. Handwritten notes of each and every topic is provided there. Practice sheet covering the PYQs of grammar part like prepositions, transformation of sentences, and phrasal verbs are also provided. If you want to buy it, the link is provided in the description box. Apart from that, we have also released other subject ebooks like physics ebook, which has the handwritten notes of all the chapters with numericals. Then we have final 50 of ISC 12th maths, which has the 50 most expected questions that can be asked in your board examination. I'll be pasting the link of all these courses in my description box. The next is directed writing. So, Council has specified that this is the syllabus for 2026 and 2027 and onwards. For year 2026, you can see feature article, book review, speech writing, newspaper report, and statement of purpose. So, I've covered all these formats and examples in my English language course. Okay. A lot of you were asking me about blog writing, if it will come this year. No, it will come for year 2027, so you don't have to worry about that. Now the required word limit is 250 to 300 words here. These are the topics that you have to do, okay? Not this blog one. The key elements of directed writing. First is all the points given in the question should be amplified and students should write in their own words. Please divide it into paragraphs. You should write it neatly. A neat presentation is required in directed writing part. You can also leave line between the paragraphs. Appropriate tense should be used. Now let's talk about proposal writing. Council has provided this format and you have to strictly follow it. So here the title must be center aligned. The title should be around 5 to 6 words. Next is heading or introduction. It is similar to the objective. The heading should have maximum of 2 sentences. The student should introduce the topic here with just a glimpse of what or how the plan can benefit the institution. So you can copy any objective here, but you don't have to include that objective here. Okay, if you've written it as a heading, then you have to write something else in the objectives part. Objectives. This means why do you want to organize this? For example, there is this science club or dance performance club, anything can be there. So they'll ask you, why are you organizing this? What is the benefit of it? What are the objectives? The objectives should have at least 2 points. The objectives should include at least 2 points. It should be written in the form of a paragraph, not point wise. So here, the council has mentioned that you don't have to write it point wise. Please write it in the form of a paragraph. Okay. The student is supposed to introduce 2 distinct reasons for such a proposal. It may be the benefits of it from the receiving end as well as the institution. So it should be 2 different objectives. List of measures, at least 4 in number. It should be a coherent plan of action that you propose to use while setting up your club. Try to use the word may in your list of measures as you propose the list of measures to be taken. The final decision will be taken by the head of the institution. The words need to be formal and polite. So in your list of measures, you will be including the budgetary allocations, the venue, which means the place where you are going to organize this, the date and time, and the appointments. Conclusion. One-liner statement to end your proposal. It should politely request the head of the institution to accept your offer. Now for grammar part, I'll advise you to practice a lot of PYQs, and my course has a lot of practice papers for prepositions and transformation of sentences. Yes, phrasal verbs also. What you can do is analyze your PYQs and check which questions are repeatedly asked. For example, in transformation of sentences, questions like no sooner than, hardly had, when, notwithstanding, start the sentence with this word or use this word. All these questions are asked. And since they are repeatedly asked, you can easily figure out the pattern. For prepositions, I would only advise you to practice, and same is for phrasal verbs. Then the last part is Precis writing. See, for comprehension, I think that you have to write everything in your own words whenever you answer the questions. Okay. For Precis writing, you have to summarize what is asked. Candidates must write the Precis in a grid. You don't have to exceed the word limit. Otherwise, your marks will be deducted. Okay. What you can do is make a rough draft and a fair draft. Rough draft should be made with a pencil and this should be made with a pen. Okay. So, for example, it is 100 words. That means 20 rows and 5 columns. It should be in your own words, and please do not exceed the word limit. Currently, the price of this course is 300. After some days, it will rise. So it's better to buy it as soon as possible. And all the best for your exams, and bye.